Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. $10 a day childcare will continue in Saskatchewan for at least another 5 years. It follows an agreement between the federal and provincial governments to extend the program that began in 2021. Ottawa will contribute $1.6 billion over the next 5 years to maintain the benefit. It's intended to create 28,000 affordable childcare spaces, with 91% already in place. The federal government says the program is key to allowing the province to grow.
That we try and keep daycare services as low as possible, and this is intended to assist the moms and dads or the caregivers the opportunity to go back to school or go back to work or pursue a career that they wanted to. All these options become available to them.
The program comes with one important change. Families will receive the benefit until children complete kindergarten. The current cutoff was 6 years of age. A Liberal MP was in Regina taking a tour of pro-metal industries after the federal government made legislation to help out the sector. Going forward, Canadian-made steel will have better access to the domestic market. Freight rates adjusted with railways so steel can move more affordably across the country. There will also be increased protection for workers and businesses to adapt to the new landscape.
Now with increased procurements through Canada's budget and increased focus on increasing the sovereign capabilities here in Canada and for export markets, it's very exciting. So appreciate what the federal government is doing on that with that refocus and really building our economy here in Canada.
Up to $150 million in the Tariff Response Initiative will be targeted to projects in the steel sector. A Saskatoon homicide case is moving through the courts. 8 people are charged in the death of Tim Tatusis, 7 of them accused of first-degree murder. 2 of the accused were in court this morning. Their cases are adjourned to next month. Tatusis was found dead on December 18th of last year. Police discovered his body while executing a search warrant at a home in the 1700 block of 22nd Street West. A former school principal convicted of assault with a weapon will receive his sentence next month. Earlier this year, a jury found Duff Friesen guilty of 1 count of assault with a weapon and not guilty on 3 other counts. Friesen is accused of hitting students with a wooden paddle between 2003 and 2004 while working at Christian Center Academy, a school that was later renamed Legacy Christian Academy and is now known as Valor Academy. Today, lawyers made their sentencing arguments. Due to a publication ban, the evidence, lawyers' arguments, and victim impact statements cannot be reported. Justice Natasha Crooks is expected to deliver the sentence on December 18th. RCMP in La Ronge seized drugs and weapons following an investigation this week. On Thursday, officers executed a search warrant at a residence in Sucker River as part of a drug trafficking investigation. Several occupants were arrested, and a search of the residence resulted in the seizure of 9 firearms, 3 machetes, more than 360 grams of cocaine and drug paraphernalia, bear spray, and ammunition. In total, 2 youth and 2 adult men face drug and weapons charges. All have appeared in provincial court. Well, Jeff, if you're one of those shovelers that tries to use a broom, probably not the tool for today.
Well, it was earlier today, and when I first got up, I broke out the broom because there was nothing going on there. Much certainly in the Saskatoon area, there wasn't a lot going on. But that soon changed, John. You are right. It is now officially a shoveling situation because there's a bit more intensity to the storm than we had anticipated, and so instead of the 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, we'll see what the actual numbers are. But certainly we got more than that, and yes, we have not so much a snowy weekend in store, but certainly temperatures are going to be on the cold side, and we'll talk about that later on.
British Columbia's government and several First Nation groups have also expressed opposition to the proposed new pipeline, but the deal between Ottawa and Alberta is also highlighting fractures within the Liberal Party. Former Environment Minister and one-time climate activist Stephen Guilbeault submitted his resignation from Prime Minister Mark Carney's cabinet yesterday. He had been serving as Culture Minister and says he understands why the PM made the deal, but he opposes it. The Quebec MP cited reasons including environmental concerns concerns and insufficient consultation. Carney said his government shares Guilbeault's fundamental commitment to climate ambition and climate competitiveness for Canada, and he's glad he will continue to offer his important perspectives as a member of the Liberal caucus. City Council has approved a property tax increase of 6.7% next year in Saskatoon and another 5.81% in 2027. That comes on top of additional fees residents will have to pay. Going to the landfill for even a small amount of household items will cost $20. Parking tickets, like being in a loading zone or a one area for too long, are going up $10. The city will now begin charging $175 to clear out blocked sewer lines, even if it's clogged from roots from a city tree on the city's side of the property line. But the budget did pass unanimously as Councillor Rob Pierce and Bev Dubois voted against the budget. It's known as the busiest day in retail, and one tech store in Saskatoon says hundreds of people are walking through its doors every hour. The parking lot at Centre Mall is packed as shoppers haul out their latest Black Friday purchases. Midnight lineups may be a thing of the past with deals stretched over several days, but the demand hasn't slowed. One customer says she waited more than an hour to get to the newest phone, and while many have turned to online shopping to avoid the crowds, the manager at Best Buy says most customers are still choosing to shop in person today.
We used to get lineups, but since our Black Friday sales are extended, they started early, so we don't see those huge lineups we used to see in the years past.
Black Friday discounts come as many Canadians plan to tighten their holiday budgets. A BMO survey found 3 in 5 plan to cut back, but nearly half of respondents say sales still lead them to spend more money than they meant to. When we come back, combining wildfire safety with a holiday tradition. Find out where and how you can harvest the perfect Christmas tree from Prince Albert National Park. A holiday tradition is back for visitors to Prince Albert National Park. You can stop by the visitor center to get a Christmas tree activity pass and harvest your own tree. Jasmine Pelche finds out more.
We're talking about the Christmas tree harvest today.
The trees are being harvested from the Waskesiu Community Fuel Break, and that's an area around Waskesiu where coniferous trees are removed as they're more flammable than something like an aspen tree. And so when you come to harvest your tree, if you stop by the visitor center, they will give you your Christmas tree harvest activity pass, as well as a map of the area where you can harvest around Waskesiu.
Could you elaborate on how the harvest helps maintain the community fuel break?
Absolutely, yeah. So like I mentioned before, it's the Waskesiu Community Fuel Break. And so by removing these coniferous trees, these spruce, these pines, these firs, it creates a bit of a green belt. So in the event of a wildfire, having those trees thinned out would slow the speed of an approaching wildfire and help give time for the community to prepare.
So before a visitor harvests, they'd have to go to the visitor center, but is there any sort of advance, like signing up that you need to do? Is there a certain number of trees that's like a very hard limit?
Not at all, no. You can go up to the visitor center and just let them know that you're ready to harvest a tree from the tree harvest area in the field break, and then they will give you your Christmas tree activity pass and the map, and then you can head out and harvest your tree. A valid park pass is required for the tree harvest, so a valid park pass will be required until December 12th, and then from December 12th to January 15th, you can enjoy free admission to Parks Canada places that are open during the winter, which includes Prince Albert National Park.
What does a visitor need to bring with them to harvest a tree?
That's a great question. So the biggest thing is to bring a handsaw. Chainsaws are not permitted. So bring a handsaw with you. Make sure that you dress in warm layers. So bring your mittens, bring your toque. You can bring a sled if you'd like to haul your tree away by sled. And I recommend, a thermos of hot chocolate to keep you warm while you're out and about on your winter adventure.
Do you have a rough idea of how many people came out last year for the opportunity?
Yes, I do. It was, I believe, around 160 people came out last year. So we do hand out a good number of permits every year.
Do you know if they're sort of from the area surrounding the national park or Prince Albert, or where are people coming from?
Yeah, we do have a lot of people that come up from Prince Albert, the surrounding areas, Christopher Lake, as well as like the bigger urban center like Saskatoon. So it is, it's definitely got that local charm to it, but we encourage everybody to come out.
And this is a bit of a curiosity question, but how big are the trees?
That is also a good question. It kind of ranges from what you're looking for. I think a lot of them are, I'd say, close to 5. It's hard to give a number on it, but like, you know, those typical kind of 6-foot trees that you'll see very commonly in living rooms. But we have all kinds of trees. We've got small trees, we've got big trees, we've got little Charlie Brown trees, we've got very full trees. So it is totally up to the visitor, and if you want to come out and get a live tree for the holidays.
Is there anything that we didn't talk about yet that it's important to get across, just in terms of visitors understanding how the whole experience works?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing I could recommend is to plan ahead. Make sure you check our website for the visitor center hours of operations, and follow us on social media on Facebook and X to stay up to date with all the information from Prince Albert National Park. And yeah, we hope to see you guys come out and enjoy the holidays with a live tree.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
After the break, Jeff breaks down the weather, and later, a family's quest to treat a rare medical condition, funding research for a cure. All right, Jeff, this is Tuke Mitts weather, right?
Yes, this is definitely Tuke mixed with, or gloves, depending on what you want to do. You know, balaclava weather. We've got ourselves cold conditions and snowy conditions across many parts of the province, and maybe a bit more snow than we had anticipated. We were expecting snow, but a bit more showed up. So keeping our eye on the satellite and radar shot, you can certainly see that still the locus of this is down towards the southwestern part of the province, but still that snow spread northward, and we're certainly feeling it in Saskatoon and area, and I think Prince Albert got a little bit of this as well. Let's take a look at our future cast. Well, you can see that system moving out and just zooming out of here, and once it gets out of the way, a high pressure area builds in behind it, so relatively clear skies, maybe just partly cloudy conditions, and not particularly windy as we make our way into Saturday. But what it will be is cold. So overnight we've got ourselves at -17 in Spiritwood, -18 in the Battlefords, -16 in Candle Lake, Birch Hills -16, the same for Rostern and area, and Nipwood -14 degrees, Melfort some flurries in the area, and -14 degrees. But those flurries will be tapering off as the evening goes along. Into tomorrow, where temperatures are certainly below seasonal, in and around that -11 degree mark, or -12 degree mark, I should say, but we'll go into the details here. Mainly cloudy skies are going to be the sky condition. -12 degrees in the Spiritwood area, -13 in the Battlefords, -12 in Candle Lake, -12 as well in Birch Hills and Rostern, -11 in Nipawin, and -12 under mainly cloudy skies in Melfort. On to the detailed forecast for the Gateway City. -16 degrees overnight as the snow tapers off. Winds out of the northwest at 20, at times gusting to 40, but that's going to back off as we make our way through the evening hours. As I mentioned, your overnight temperature -16 degrees, and as we make our way into Saturday, mainly cloudy conditions, winds from the west at 15, and -11 for your daytime high, which is a good 4 degrees below seasonal. So that is maybe it's 3 degrees below seasonal, but still colder than seasonal. -12 degrees on Sunday. Monday, we've got ourselves -13 to start the work week. Tuesday, 30% chance of flurries, -12, staying in the minus double digits on Wednesday. But look at that. Thursday and Friday, above seasonal temperatures, or yeah, that'll be above seasonal by that point, although it does come with a little chance of some flurries.
And maybe this weekend, it'd be a perfect weekend for some tobogganing. I had just, we were just finishing telling a story about Red River Provincial Park is kind of the popular spot, but you got to be a little bit wild if you want to go there. Apparently, it's pretty hectic, so there you go. Well, it was a tough night last night for Saskatchewan's Mike McEwen rink as they were eliminated from Olympic contention at the Canadian Curling Trials in Halifax.
Pack 8, final stone. Matt Dunstone already has a 2. Save it 1, save it 2, save it 3. Touch it! They got it.
That Matt Dunstone 3 in the sixth end was too much to overcome as McEwen lost 9-5 in last night's men's semifinal. Dunstone will face Brad Jacobs-Rink in the best-of-3 men's final, with Game 1 taking place right now. Dunstone used to skip a team from Saskatchewan, while Regina product Ben Hebert plays for Team Jacobs.
Everest. Jill Brothers calling line. Can you come off and kick it sideways like that? Oh, not enough.
Meanwhile, Game 1 of the women's final, Christina Black couldn't provide any magic in the final end, falling 5-4 to Rachel Homan. Game 2 goes tomorrow afternoon. A Homan win would send her team to the Olympics representing Canada. More than a week after their Grey Cup victory, the focus is now on free agency as the team has 44 players set to become free agents on February 10th. 3 of the starting 5 players in the secondary are under contract for 2026. Roland Milligan Jr., Marcus Sales, and Antoine Brooks, as is middle linebacker Jameer Thurman. Offensively, most starters are set to hit the market, except lineman Logan Furland and receiver Ajo. The contracts of all 4 quarterbacks are also up in February, although we expect to hear about the status of Trevor Harris soon.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A new poll is outlining the ongoing challenges facing Canada's healthcare system. According to a recent Angus Reid poll, 1 in 5 people are without a family doctor. Out of those who do, 2 in 5 say it's difficult to get an appointment. The poll, done in partnership with the Canadian Cancer Society, finds a lack of primary care has a ripple effect on access to other parts of the healthcare system. There's concern that could impact screening for certain cancers. 3/4 of Canadians say they're open to virtual care if it leads to faster diagnoses and treatment. An 8-year-old girl battling a rare medical condition leaves her parents with more questions than answers. The family's on a quest to fund research for treatment with the hope they're getting closer to a cure.
What's that called?
At home on the piano,
G sharp to B to E.
8-year-old Penny's practice is music to her dad's ears.
Penny is a happy kid. She's incredibly resilient and persistent. She's a bright light.
A bright light who is growing up with a medical challenge that is far from black and white.
As you can imagine, for any parent, it's incredibly overwhelming and worrying to get a diagnosis for your kid, especially when the doctors that you're seeing don't know really what the condition is.
Where are you going, Penny?
It all began when Penny was a baby, struggling to crawl.
It's in the cups, Penny.
And meet other motor milestones.
No, you have to do jumping.
For 5 years, she underwent relentless testing before full genetic sequencing revealed a diagnosis, an ultra-rare form of muscular dystrophy called selenon-related myopathy.
It was something that gave us one answer, that answered the big why, and this is why she has these muscle problems, but it only leads to more questions.
Penny's family learned that the condition would affect her muscles over time, including those that she needs to breathe.
I can't run as fast, and my legs get tired really easily.
You helping your sister?
But there was no cure, no treatment.
Those sleepless nights, just like worried and feeling totally helpless and alone. And just in the middle of the night, one night, I remember at 3 a.m., I decided I'd start with like a GoFundMe. Sit up.
That first fundraising soon blossomed into a full-fledged charity. Penny's Promise was born.
Medical research is incredibly expensive, and when there is no funding except for the families themselves, it puts an enormous pressure on us to find the money to pay for this.
We're doing all the best things we can.
18 months later, through 2 galas, monthly pledges, and more, Penny's Promise has now raised more than $300,000. for medical research.
It's always so difficult to predict, but I think that our hope is we will be able to develop a treatment that can be tested in children or even adults with Selenon myopathy sometime in the next 5 years.
Maybe one day in the far future, when we've got an answer for Penny, we can help other rare disease families that have such a heavy load to bear.
A heavy load that Penny's family lives with every day as they search for a cure.
Penny's promise is our promise to our daughter. We won't let her grow up without doing everything we possibly can. It's your favorite part.
As Penny shines, lighting up their lives.
Are you gonna hit it off the top?
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, this must mean we are on a fast track toward the holidays because Lego is giving us a look inside the busiest place outside of Santa's workshop right now.
So right now we are running every single machine 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And we will do that for the next up to mid-December, when we then start slowing down. So you could say actually what we produce today, you will see that on the shelf just before Christmas as well.
Lego is, of course, the world's largest toy maker, which is probably not a surprise to you, Jeff, but this may be, they're reportedly the world's largest tire maker by volume, thanks to how many toy tires they make each year. That's not bad. And you know what else they have is the record number of rules when you do an interview. You were telling us that there's lots of ruls and you got to say it the right way when you're dealing with the world of Lego.
They are very serious about their brand, and I understand how that works in terms of the world of commerce. So happy to make that accommodation when we're doing the interviews with the fine folks at Lego Canada and their Lego sets and their Lego bricks.
Now, I understand, I mean, it's usually, it's pretty tops quality stuff, but I think it's a little expensive. I wonder if they're running them for 24 hours, are we going to see the cost come down?
What am I, an economist? Come on.
That's what I would like to see, but that's going to do it for us today. Have a great weekend. CTV National News is next.